What is good, you beautiful, beautiful souls? It is another great day to have a great day. If you didn't know, now you do. Welcome you to another video. The vibes are vibing. The day is daying, and I hope that yours is going fantastically. I'm the one and only Jaden Boards. I'm excited to dive into the nitty gritty, dive into a deeper knowing of self, and what it is that you truly have control over in this lifetime. The more you know, the better you act. The better you act, the better things are. So we love to see it. But let's get into it. So we all have had those moments, right? Just sit with me here for a second. We've all had those moments that have aligned perfectly. I'm talking right place, right time, right second, right millisecond, down to the nitty gritty type of situation. Fantastic. Beautiful, beautiful. And it's like a lot of times when that happens, it's what we needed at that moment, and sometimes even what we didn't know that we needed or wanted, right? But end of the day, it worked out for us right when we needed it to, without fail, locked and loaded. We good. We gonna be all right type of situation. You feel me? And normally when that happens, what is like the top thing that people say? Oh my gosh, what a coincidence! What a coincidence! What a coincidence! Yeah, but gotta let you in on a little secret. There are none. there literally are no there's no such thing as a coincidence. Like a coincidence is pretty much just like a human way to rationalize what can't be rationalized. Right? Because what's happening is that you are literally, as always, in you are at the mercy of divine timing. Let's just put it that way. You are at the mercy of divine timing. So whenever something needs to happen, it is when it's going to happen. Whenever you want something to happen, isn't always when it's going to happen. But it will always happen when it needs to happen. Every single time, it'll never fail. See what I'm saying? And it's really up to us to see beyond what is going on right in front of us. Because as far as you know, something that's happening that might look like an inconvenience is actually something that is meant to push you a little bit further into something else. It's just up to you to look beyond the beyond the beyond. Peel back those layers. Peel them. Keep peeling. It might even make you cry, but you got to keep peeling because you never know. I'm telling you, there's something back there for you for a reason. And it's like, kind of think of it. I'll even throw another analogy. So think about like if you're cooking and you have like one of those old timers, like, you know, like if you have the timer, you know exactly when it's going to go off. You know exactly when the food's going to be done. You know exactly what's going to happen. So you set the timer to a specific time, and you know that that timer is going to go off in that specific time. Cool. Cool. But divine timing works the same. Literally, the literal difference is that you just don't know what the time is. But know that that time is going to work out for you every time in divine time. Every time. It's just now it's like using that intellect. You gotta use your intellect. Your brain is the hub for a lot more than just your body. It's also for your soul, for your co-creation of your reality. Being able to tune in to your reality but look beyond the layers of it is gonna help level you up that much more. So with your timer, you actually gonna listen. You gotta listen for the beeps. It's gonna go off, but are you gonna hear it? It's gonna be done, but are you gonna know? You see what I'm saying? Like you gotta just know what you know, and then be okay with knowing what you don't, and learning what you need to. And that's just that. You gotta be good with it. You gotta be good with it. Cause the fear of the unknown is always gonna try to creep in. It's always gonna try to creep in. It always does. It always does. But are you gonna let that dictate how you live your life? Or are you just gonna embrace the fear as it is and rise above it? Not even just go through it, but rise above it, baby. You doing both. Like through and you rising. because you are just that great. You are just that immaculate. Mm, literal chef's kiss. Mm. And you also, what kind of also happens, which is unfortunate that it happens like this, but the what ifs and like all of the excuses that want to try to throw themselves at you, they're there to discourage and discredit you because they're always going to try to stop you from what you're meant to do. But that's, once again, that's all divinely orchestrated. Everything is divinely orchestrated because there's a certain way of thinking, there's a certain way of moving, there's a certain way of carrying yourself, confidence that you have in order to get where you are meant to be. Because if you get all of the abundance that you're meant for all at once in the same mindset, the same environments, around the wrong people, like everything's just going to be the same because your way of thinking hasn't shifted. What you get, it doesn't, it's not like, it's not what you like to change you. Like, how I like to think about it is like, money isn't going to change me, it's going to change what I'm able to do. And that is massive. Because now you're making shifts. You're switching it up. But you haven't switched up. And that's beautiful. That takes guts. That takes bravery. That takes consistency. And quite frankly, that just takes knowing yourself. And knowing yourself well enough to know, like, all right, I'm doing what I need to do, how I need to do it. And if I don't, I'm going to be rerouted to the direction of what I needed. Just be willing to listen. Just be willing to listen. Just be willing to hear yourself out, to hear your intuition out, to hear your guides out. Like, just be listening. Be open to change. Be open to switching your perception of things, your perspective of things, how you look at things, all of it. Just be willing to give yourself a chance to explore because to explore is to understand more. The more you put yourself out there, the more that you explore what you enjoy, what you think you enjoy, what you might enjoy, whatever the case may be, the better you will know definitively. Which, being able to say something with a whole bunch of yes and no and actually know for a certainty that that's the case, that's great. You get to know yourself more. You get to trust because that one thought will lead to something else. And then it'll continue to grow because you trust the decisions and what you're feeling and what you're thinking. You're just gonna move in a whole different light. That's really what it is. You are just gonna move in a whole different light because that's what you're here to do. That's what you're meant to do. And you're going to do it so beautifully that there's no other way to do it but the way that you're doing it. So don't rush. Don't rush. Like, rushing the process is gonna do nothing but hinder the greatness that's actually within the journey that you're on. You're gonna experience so much beauty, so much prosperity, so much fulfillment, so much excitement and passion. You won't even know what to do with yourself. Like, woo! But you gotta be willing to and want. Actually, what you gonna want to see the scenery along the way, because knowing your destination gonna be there, it ain't going nowhere. So why not take your time and make sure you're grasping every experience you need to. It's like if you were driving 100 miles an hour versus 25, you're gonna see a lot more sights with the 25 than you will with that 100. Like, you're gonna see the tree while you're driving 100 miles an hour. You're gonna see the tree, but not well. You couldn't tell me what kind of tree it was. You couldn't tell me maybe if it was round pointed. Was there a squirrel on the tree? But going 25, you could tell me all of that. You would be able to really sit there and take it in with no problem. Give me a full description of that tree. Full description. That's the difference. So seek the lessons within those days as they come because they're all there for a reason. Like I said, it's all divinely orchestrated. Everything happens for you for a reason within divine timing every single time without fail. Having trust in that, you will move through life a lot easier and with a lot more ease because you know that everything is happening the way that it needs to, exactly how it needs to. You won't stress the mundane. You just won't, because why do you need to? Why stress over someone cutting you off when them doing that literally just, like, traffic was coming up anyway, so now you just get to kind of sit back, chill, and bump to your music. Like, just look at things differently. Enjoy life. Enjoy the life that you're living and make it what you want it to be. Bring the greatness in by having that within and then exuding that out. Just be the light. Literally be a walking lighthouse. And do it for you, but just be willing to embrace that. Because that's what you're here to do, is to be a light, is to be a guide, is to be just amazing. You're amazing. So it's like just keep doing it because you're gonna spread so much wisdom. You're gonna spread so much because you're gonna be willing to gain so much knowledge. You can't have that much knowledge and not share it, right? And you're gonna share it with who needs to hear it. Know that. Like you are gonna be where you need to be every single time. Every single time. And you will never be without. Everything is working out for you. Everything is working out for you. Like trust and accept the greatness that you are, and it'll all work out for you in the end. I assure you of that because you're worth it. You deserve it. And baby, can't nobody do it like you. Okay? So do the things. Make it happen. I'm proud of you. So keep it popping.